Welcome to the MFC Revolution League. Quite a bit I want to talk about. I believe we've built a really solid foundation. First thing that we're going to go over is free agency. Alright guys, check it out. It's starting to turn out like I'm totally nuking this, meaning that overthinking. Okay, that's what the word nuking. So I took all the divisions, all 8 of them. Then I went ahead and said to which ones were the worst ones in the NFL according to the team's OVRs. For example, AFC West came in as number 1 worst division in the NFL, with the Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders, and Chargers. And then I ranked whoever had the teams. Now, this is based on the teams that you have now, not the teams that you had before we retraded teams. All right. So it went from 1 to 27 because we have some CPU teams out there. Number 1 came in with the Chargers, and that's Terrell Edwards. I don't know if he's playing. If anybody knows him, please try to get a feeler out there, find out what's going on. Number 2 comes in with the Chiefs. Rashawn Cole is one of my boys. He hasn't been active on Facebook, and he hasn't been active on PlayStation. He's got some personal things that he's going with. I'm in contact with him on the phone. He does want to play, so it is what it is, and I'm more than willing to wait for him. He's been a friend of mine for like 6 years. So what comes in next is the Bills with Brogan Murray. If I murder your guys' names, man, I'm not doing it on purpose, okay? He comes in at number 3. He'll get his free agency picks when the first 2 are done. He also owes me a 4th and a 7th. I made a draft. I made a trade with him, so he gets to keep his 4th, and I end up giving him a 7th. Yeah, he just owes me a 4th, and I owe him a 7th. Brogan, you would just keep your 4th, and I'll give you my 7th, and you'll give me my player. Thank you. Thank you very much. Next in line is the Dolphins with Patrick Melton. Patrick Melton, I have no PSN ID for him. That might be my bad. I just threw everybody in here because we just couldn't make up what the hell. Everybody wanted the same teams and this and that, So I pulled the trigger, threw everybody in the hat, and this is what we got. All right. But I did go out there and sacrifice myself like Jesus and gave about 8 players their teams. I just wasn't able to help Claude Mims with the Redskins because that's just how the dice rolled. It didn't roll in your direction. It rolled everywhere else, but I knew I was going to end up in Cincy. I knew that. So that was the only way everybody but you could get their teams. Now, if you are the champ, I would like you to represent, like I talked to you before, in the league. Yes, you're the Redskins. I'm still hearing you on Facebook. I'm gonna throw this out there. This totally goes against everything that this goes against my integrity. But since and I haven't talked to Stefan about this yet, so I'm just throwing this out there. If you make a blockbuster deal with the Niners, like giving up your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd and 4th picks, and pick up the Niners, which are the best team in football, okay? So you give them some players or something, then, and if Jay Will accepts it, I'll go ahead and have my vote for it. I'll talk to I'm just, like I said, I've been talking to Stefan with everything in the league. So I'm just throwing this out there. If you guys make a blockbuster deal, 91 team for an 86. Redskins don't really have no defense, as far as what Jay Will was saying on Facebook. Whatever. If you guys work out a deal, I'm sure I'll talk to Stefan. I'm sure he shouldn't have a problem with it. But no more. Everybody's stuck with their teams. Okay. And if not, you decide to just go ahead and get out of the league. Claude, I've already thrown my I've already told you how I felt about it. So if you decide to go ahead and just walk away, fine. That's totally fine. But I want you to remember this. What it sounds like is that you can't win without having the best team in football. Just throwing it out there. Champ. All right, moving on. I'm done with that. It's over. Squashed. Y'all do what you want to do. All right, moving on. What was it? Patrick Melton, no PSN ID. I don't know if he's playing. I did this. It's my fault. I threw everybody in the hat. Whatever. Get a filler out there. Get them admins. Start talking. I can't be policing all the time. Start finding out if Patrick Melton, he's somebody's boy. Let's get this rolling. He comes in at number 4. Number 5 comes in with Joe Jennings and the Jags. All right. I totally dig this. Joe said, I'm rolling with him. I'm going to rebuild him. I'm going to take some pride in it. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. If I could kiss you right now, I would. All right, moving on. He comes in. Joe Jennings comes in at number 5. Tebow. And passes the buck on to number 6, which is the Titans. I cannot pronounce this guy's name. He doesn't have a Facebook. Everybody's going to make sure, or the people, they've told me he's going to make sure he gets the messages. I'm cool with it. Especially it's coming from Stefan, knows these people personally, so I'm totally good with it. Boo-foo Fuff Slum. I don't know. You know, maybe you could tell us what that means or break it up for us or something. But Boo-foo Slum comes in at number 6 with the Titans and get to pick up in free agency. Number 7 comes in Artful Dodger with the Eagles. Artful Dodger comes in number 7. Sorry for your loss, man. He'll pass the bucks on to the Cowbums. Cowbums. Oh, he'll pass the buck on to the boys. Michael Fletcher. Let me see here. Michael Fletcher. Yep, you're spoken. You're spoken. You actually traded the team. You traded one of the teams. I can't remember what team I had, but you traded. I think you had the Eagles or whatnot. That's true. Comes in with the boys at number 8. Number 9 comes the Panthers. Doyle Burns comes in at number 9. Number 10 is the Lions. Jason, the Boss Augustine, comes in at number 10 with the Lions. Good team, tough division. They're like the 3rd best or 2nd best division. Good luck. He'll pass the buck to the Cards. Number 11. Number 11, Sedell Wright. Then comes in at number 12, the Steelers with Nick Dotson. I got to see you twice, like I said. And he said, well, it's 2 wins for me. You know, all right, cool. I can't beat the guy. I just put it out there right there. All right. I can't beat him. Number 13 is the Bengals. That's Deuce. So Nick Dotson gets the pick before me, and that's awesome. I will pass the buck over to the Bucks with Jeremy Payme Augustine. He'll be picking at number 14. He'll pass the buck to the Saints at number 15. Corey Young. Corey Young comes in at 15. 16 comes in the Vikings with Stefan. You owe me a 4th round pick. I'm going to get my pick. He'll pass the buck to the Colts. Jermaine Johnson. Jermaine Johnson with the Colts owner. He already texted me on PlayStation talking about he was going to take the Colts to the Super Bowl. I totally dig it. That's what I'm talking about. I need everybody to be on that wavelength with you. But you put an LOL at the end of it, so it was kind of like, yo, I'm gonna take the Colts all the way to the Super Bowl. LOL. Something like that, right? Instead of, yo, I'm going to take the Colts all the way to the Super Bowl. He will pass the Bucks on to the Texans at 18 with Snipes. Snipes will pass it to number 19. Comes in with the Bears. Eddie Romero. You owe me a third. I haven't forgotten about you either. He'll pass it to the Redskins. Claude Mims, if Mims is still active or still in the league, he might be on that. We might do a video. Where's Claude or where's Mims? You know, and we'll have the Tebow looking over his shoulder like this, but we'll put Mims on there when he decides to eventually walk away from the league because he doesn't have the Niners. Okay. He'll pass the buck to the Falcons. Alex Daly. Alex Daly will pass it to the Ravens. Brian Tucker. Another feeler. I don't have a PSN SID for him. He's on here. He didn't get an invite. Yeah. No invite. Okay. No PSN SID. He's on here though, so because all this stuff was written out a while ago. So anyways, since they're not going to be there, let's not nuke it. I'm going to keep rolling with this. Go to the next guy. Next guy would be the Pats with Glenn, the Terminator Cashaw. Cashaw comes in at 23 with the Patriots. He'll pass the buck to the Packers at 24. Joshua Mull, another good friend of mine. Still trying to work out a center trade for you. I haven't forgotten about you. You know me, and I know you. So when it comes time to dealing and wheeling with this guy, he will make you pay. Even though they did a blockbuster trade with the Vikings, and it looked like, I mean, I was totally upset with this trade that the Packers and the Vikings did, and the Packers were like on top, and the Vikings just didn't. I don't know. I can't see your philosophy, Stefan. Maybe you'll show us on the other hand, on the virtual gridiron. So Packers will pass it to the Broncos with Derek Hill. Derek Hill passed it off to the Seahawks with my man John Howard. You owe me a fourth. I haven't forgotten about it. 49ers is our last. Jay Will of Fortune. Maybe you and Claude will work out a blockbuster deal. Make them pay. Make them pay, man. Blockbuster deal. They are the best team in Madden, with the Seahawks being the second best, and Broncos coming in. Packers and Pats and Ravens and Falcons. And the Bears were up there too. I couldn't believe the Bears were rated pretty high, like 85. All right. That brings us over to, now that's done. You guys, once you get in there, you get your free agency, get it done, get on Facebook, post. Chiefs are done. Next. Okay? And I suppose I'm not going to be answering these questions. I'll post it on Facebook, and you guys can look it up or write it down from this video, because I haven't had a chance to even work at Madden. I've been doing this so we could have a good time. That's off the list. Free agency is done. I'm not talking about it no more. Get on there, pick your teams. It's probably not going to work out like this. Okay? It's probably just going to be like, fuck it. I'm through with free agency. I don't give a fuck. First come, first serve. I'm going to have a lot of people crying, and I'm going to put this out here and right now. I can't make all you guys happy. I've tried. Okay? I can't. We're about to kick this off. That's it. That's it. I don't want to hear no more crying. Let's do all our fighting out there on the field now, okay? The foundation is built. I believe it's pretty solid. We got something really good to work with, and let's move on, okay? If free agency just doesn't work, it just doesn't work, okay? And I know a couple of you that this is the way you wanted it. This is the way I felt was the best way to do it. But I'm not going to sit here for a week waiting for the Chargers to pick up a free agent. I'm not going to do that. And it's going to be, I'm not going to sit at home putting you guys on a time limit saying, time up, who'd you get? Nobody? Next. I'm not going to do that either. I got a life too. So we're going to have to suck some of the shit up around here. And I really don't believe the free agencies thing is going to work. Okay? So moving on. Let's talk about our trades. Sunday. Tomorrow I'd like to get all trades done. Everybody. You could do it today too. I don't care. I really don't care because everybody's going to be, you can do it today. I just want to get trades done before Monday, okay? So you can start today once we go active. I'm still waiting for people to accept their invites to the PlayStation Network. It's getting it's getting frustrating. It's getting frustrating. Everyone can't wait to play. I understand we have shit to do. All I gotta do is get this started. Monday we'll actually start our first. We're gonna play preseason. I know it sucks. We're gonna play preseason because you gotta cut people. You gotta go from a 72-man roster to a 53-man roster. So I can't cut your players for you. You have to cut your own players. All trades, all them crazy ass blockbuster trades, start today if you want. Have it done by Monday, okay? Have it done by Monday. All trades got to be done. If you ain't got it done by Monday, I'm saying I don't care. Done. We're moving on. It's getting to the point where, you know, if I keep bending over backwards and I'm not going to do it no more. This shit's frustrating, guys. I'm telling you, okay? And I'm just as excited to get this going. So get all trades. I know, like I said with the Bills, Brogan, Murray, keep your 4th. I'll give you your 7th. Give me my player, okay? And we're good. Stephon, you owe me a 4th. You know that already. Eddie Romero, you owe me a 3rd. I want my 3rd. And John Howard, you owe me a 4th. Okay? All right. Now, this is how that stuff's going to work. You guys, we just can't give draft picks for nothing. Madden's not going to let us do that. So when I send, for example, when I send my 7th over to, that'll work. A 7th for a player is going to work. Regardless. I'm talking about single digits, period. I can't send you a 7th for nothing. Just because I gave you a team or whatnot. They don't see that in Madden, all right? So it's going to work like this. Stephon owes me a 4th, but we've got players in that deal, so we're good. Bears, it was a straight up team. I gave you the Bears for a third round pick. You will send me a garbage ass dude with a 3rd round pick, or I will send you. There it is. I will send you a garbage ass dude for a 3rd round pick. I would obviously accept the trade. I get my 3rd. You get a garbage ass dude. Go ahead and put him back in free agency. I'll go in there and pick him up. Okay? Or he could just sit in free agency. I don't care because he's a garbage ass dude. Okay? So that's how that's gonna work. So when I start texting you guys or sending you something, that's the way I have to make it work. That's the way it's got to go. John Howard, same thing applies with you. You'll give me my 4th. I'll give you a garbage ass dude. You go ahead and drop him in free agency. I'll go ahead and pick him back up. All right, that's how that's gonna work. Salary cap is off. To be able to work everything that I want to do in this, because this is a league that is it's a hybrid league mixed with tournaments and plucking players from our farm teams and putting them on your teams. I have to get rid of salary cap. There's just no way around it at all. A big heavy burden part of the game is gone. That's salary cap. I feel it's a big heavy burden. It's whatever, but it's off the table. I can't make it work with the way with what I want to do. Okay, because I can't pluck a stud. You win the tournament and I give them to you, and you can't afford them. Your team can't afford them. Right, so you're dumping all these players just to put him in there to afford them, and then now you got a salary cap penalty for the players that they had you didn't read into their contract. They had a signing bonus. Now you got a penalty against you. Okay, so I went ahead and took that burden out. No salary cap. We'll run at 6 minutes. The accelerated clock is off. It's going to be all pro until we get to the point where we can't. Until we get to the point where we're just killing all pro. Probably next season, if we decide to go into a season 2, we'll play with all Madden. Okay, that's trades off the list. Boom. Let's get into The rules. There's two rules. Two rules. The scoring, 63-point scoring rule. It's capped, like I said before. You can't go over 63 points. If you do go over 63 points, this is against CPU, human versus CPU. Against the CPU, you can't go past 63 points. I'll say it again. When you're playing a CPU team, you cannot score more than 63 points. If you do, your next game or your next human versus human or owner versus owner game, your opponent gets to pick one player to sit. You have to sit the player regardless, okay? Because this is about XP. So if you're playing me, like I said in the other video, and you go over the 63 points because you're trying to get that dude the MVP, because sooner or later you guys are going to figure this out, like, oh, if I do really well, I'm going to get a whole bunch of XP points, and then I can buy all these nifty traits in Madden? Oh, hell yeah! So you're just going to blow up the 63 points. I ain't gonna lie, I would do it, you know. I'm the commissioner, I set the rule, I gotta set the example, you know. I can't go over the 63 point. But anyways, if I wasn't, I would think like that, you know. I would be like, okay. And then you play me, and then I sit your dude that's going up for the MVP, because the winner, the MVP at the end of the year gets a whole bunch of XP, and you start buying stuff, okay? Now, you're going to notice that I'm going to start rookies, and they're going to be, so I can get some experience points, so I can buy certain traits, like awareness. You know, he's got low awareness, but he has all these other traits that are really good, but he has really low awareness. So I'm going to start him, get some XP, and start buying awareness points. Okay, so I start boosting it up, so I can try to make him a stud, right? Well, that's all fine and dandy until they start getting OVR. Their OVR starts getting up to the, like, you know, 80s or 90s or whatnot. When they become a star, they become expensive to buy these traits. And you'll see it's easier for the shitty guys, but it gets expensive. So you might end up saving all your XP points to the end of the season, which some people forget to. Oh man, I got to spend all my XP, you know. But they have to do that because they have to get this ridiculous amount of XP because they have a stud. And that shit's expensive, all right? So that's how that rolls out. You guys will get, if you watch them videos, they show you the XPs and what this and that. Google the stuff, man. Start doing some research with it. That's, okay. Yes. Okay, I kind of went off on that XP part there because I find it's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So you break the 63-point rule, the scoring cap. Your opponent, your next opponent that you play, he gets to pick one player. You break it again, your next human versus human, he gets to pick two. You break it again, he picks three. Okay. I'm not going to kick anybody out. I'm just going to sit players. Now, let's say it's week 17, and let's say it's the very last game, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna break it, you know. And let's say you're going into the super or to the playoffs. Let's say you're not even getting in the playoffs. You decide to break it on your very last game against CPU. I'm still gonna get you. I'm gonna write the stuff down, even in the playoffs. If you're not in the playoffs, your next game, next season, if we play a season 2, I'm going to sit your players. Okay? This is shit I would probably do, you know? So I have to sit here and go, what would I do? Yeah. Hell yeah, I'd break the 63-point rule. You're not going to boot me, but I'm going to sit your players. And you keep doing it, I'm going to keep sitting your players. And soon you'll have 5 players sitting, right? So you can't give them the it's up to your opponent, though. If he's smart, he'll be taking your key. You know, I'll take your quarterback. I'll take your running back. You know, I'll take your corners and then beat up on some of the corners. I'll take these guys. Okay. All right. Next rule. That one's done. Almost beat a dead horse. Don't break the 63-point rule. If you do, you're going to be sitting players. Regardless, I'm going to get you, even if it's at the end of the game, end of the season. I'm going to get you in the playoffs. I'm going to get you next year. I'm going to get you, sucker. So let's bring it to disconnects. While we're playing, we have a person out there that has really bad internet, but he's trying to fix it, right? Sometimes the internet's manageable, sometimes it's not. You all know I'm running a lot of stuff because my Spygate, right? So sometimes my stuff gets laggy. If you disconnect your router, count to 30, plug it back in before every game, kick off everybody that's on the internet. I don't think Brogan can kick his parents off down in his basement, but I'm just playing down in your basement. But anyways, kick everybody off. Do what you got to do to try to get try to get your internet to be manageable, if not better than manageable. Because there's nothing worse than Madden than playing. This is what we do. We play online, right? There ain't no secret. We're playing online. So I'm not saying you should have the best or the top of the internet chain, but you should have some sort of decent internet. And if you don't, and it becomes a problem, I gotta say ya, because it's we're on the other end going, I don't know if this dude's messing with his router. How can his internet be that shitty? You know what I mean? I mean, where do you live? Egypt? I mean, come on, right? I'm trying to be real about this stuff. I cannot stand bunk-ass internet. If you got Boost internet, Boost mobile internet, or Comcraft, or some crazy, I mean, come on now. If you got bootleg internet, please just walk away now. Please save us all a headache. All right. So disconnects. If you actually can tell that this man had a disconnect, it has to. Let's be real about it. If it doesn't come out there on Madden and say this dude quit, and you take a picture of it and you post it on the net, it never happened. If you can take a picture of a quit, your opponent has quit the game. Take a picture of it, post it on Facebook. I'll boot them. I can't stand it. Take your losses like a man. Learn from your losses. Make your stuff better in the lab. Be creative with it. Respect that poetry. That's how I look at it. You will respect my poetry because I put a lot of time and effort in this, and I don't need somebody to sit on the other end and just quit. If you're frustrated, you're frustrated. You're grown-ass men. All right. So if they quit, you're done. You're gone. Can't stand it. I can't be any more passionate about it. So put a fork in it. If it's a legitimate disconnect because you got kicked off the EA servers or whatnot, reboot. You guys got 5 days. You got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday till midnight. Okay? All I ask for is Saturday, maybe Sunday to do the videos. That's it. That's all I ask. I want to put a quality product out there. Okay? I don't want to be rushed. So you got 5 days to figure it out. If y'all can't play on that Monday because you got booted. You played on Monday, you got booted. Oh man, I gotta go. Right? I mean, that happens. Let's say you're getting your ass whooped. Let's say I was getting my ass whooped on Monday night playing against Nick Dotson. Right? We get kicked off. Man, of course I'm gonna be like not very eager to get on that goddamn game and play Nick Dotson. Of course I'm gonna be like, oh hey man, I got to take out the garbage. The wife yelling at me right now, man. I got to go. Of course I'm going to be dodging. Ducking and dodging. Y'all got 5 goddamn days to get this game in. Like I said, this is going to be slow. Do what you got to do, but get that goddamn game in. All right? Yeah, the other dude's going to be pissed off. But this is about the W. This ain't about getting the L. Yeah, okay, I got a sneak peek at you, Nick. Suck it up. I got shit to do. I'm sorry. My wife nagging the shit out of me. I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm sorry. Like, I want to get on there and get my ass whooped again. I get it, guys. I totally get it. Like I said, this league's gonna go by. It's gonna go slow. But get that loss in, regardless. I would have to play Nick Dotson. Regardless, I have till Friday at midnight. I'm on the West Coast. He's in Texas, so you're 2 hours ahead of me. So he's already. It'll go by the home game. How about that? The home team. You have till midnight according to the home team, wherever they're. So if you're playing me, you have till midnight my time to get that game in. Sound good? I just came up with that right now because I got to play Nick Dawson twice, and he's beat me in Madden 13. We have classic battles. It's not like he blows me out, but I feel like that when I'm walking away. Jesus. All right, I'm already. Y'all got me frustrated thinking about playing Nick Dawson in my goddamn division. All right, moving on. If you quit, you're booted. If you guys got to be real about it. If EA kicked you off, or you lost connection or whatnot, if it doesn't abundantly come up there and say your peer has quit the game, take a picture of that shit, post it on the internet or on the page, and he will be booted from the league. I don't see anybody quitting. I really don't. These guys are straight. These guys are. I don't know some of you, but I mean, Joshua Mall. Him and I have had battles back and forth. I beat him so bad where he wasn't quitting, and he's beat me so bad where I wasn't quitting. Okay, so Glenn Cashaw, he won't quit. John Howard, he won't quit. I don't know Eddie Romero. I know Alex Daly. I know he won't quit. You know, Joe Jennings don't quit. There's a lot of you guys, the old crew, old SAC crew. I know you guys don't quit. All right. Enough beating those guys up. Y'all got me thinking of playing Nick Dawson twice in my division now. Nick, go away. Okay. Why don't you pick the Giants or something? Go to the NFC and fuck around with those dudes. All right. I got something for you though. All right. Let's get to. We talked about that. CPU trades. You know, I almost just want to get rid of. I almost want to just get rid of free agency totally and say you guys can trade with the CPUs. But you know, free agency is a part of the game. I'm trying to make it a part of the league. And it's going to be really, really difficult because, you know, everybody's excited to play. But when I put the, they're probably at work. Some of them are working. See, I don't work weekends, so you know, some of them are probably at work. But I thought for sure once I woke up this morning, everybody was going to be in the league and we're ready to go. That's what I thought. I mean, I tossed and turned last night. I can't wait to kick this off. All right, I can't wait to play with the Bengals. All right. CPU trades will start as soon as Monday. Monday will be the first official day. Preseason will start. We'll play 4 weeks of preseason. That's a week, a game a week. This league's gonna be slow. You guys are gonna have to keep yourselves busy with beating each other up or making your own tournaments or something like that. But as far as this league goes, it's gonna be slow. Okay. So CPU trades will open up Monday. I know I got a couple of those people. The tournaments will be after the Super Bowl. We will stop all production. The league will go halt. We will go into the hat. We will draw our names. We will pick whatever teams you want. I don't care. Niner versus Niner. I'm not going to listen to people crying because they got to play with this. You don't have to play with your team, with the league team. You can pick whatever. Eagles versus Eagles. Okay? I'll take the Bengals. I think they're called the Bungholes. I'll take them. Who cares? Right? And then we will play a whole tournament. I'm working out a surprise twist in the tournament. I'm going to see how that goes. I got some time. I'm still working on that. We will pick from our farm teams. This is where it gets tricky for me and the other commissioner because we're going to have to be leaving I'm going to have to be transferring my duties as a commissioner over to the other commissioner so I can leave, come back into the league, go as the CPU team, and start trading with the other commissioner. or I have to set it up where whoever wins the stud in the tournament, me or Stefan will leave the league. I have to have two because I have to. There's two commissioners. He'll take responsibilities of the commissioner. I leave the league. I come back as the CPU team. I give him the farm pick stud. Okay, it can't just be I give him that. He has to give me a dud. He gives me a dud. I leave the league. I go back and resume duties with the bungholes. Okay, that's how that's gonna work. It's still gonna take some time, but on the other end, you guys will get XP points too, and you get to build up rookies or duds or stuff like that and make them awesome. That's why, Joe Jennings, if you go ahead and you take Tebow, you go ahead and take some Tebow time out of free agency. I think y'all should just leave Tebow out there for the Jags. All right, he's garbage, but you can make him good. That's what makes this game fucking awesome. Okay, that's what makes this better. When you're a kid playing franchise on Madden, I know I did all the time. I had my franchises going on 30 years. They always had those weekly or monthly updates in the game where his OBR at the end of the season went up a little bit, his catch went up, stuff like that. We have total control over that now. We buy XP points. Awesome. Okay, I kicked that dead horse. We went ahead. We went over the two rules: 63-point cap. Owner versus CPU. We'll do videos for after the draft. We'll do draft grades. Everybody will post up who they drafted. I'll get into their team, look at their draft picks, and I'll come out with the NFL Network video talking about like look at the bungholes, look what they're doing. They drafted these three people. This maybe it was a hit or miss, this and that. Of course, this is all NFL Network opinionated news, but it's going to be exciting regardless. That's it. Video will drop. Questions will be answered. Teams will be picked. Free agency will go on. Your number will be called. You'll post up when you're done. Let's do it real fast. There's a lot of people that's not going to be there. I don't see free agency working. But I do ask you not to get in free agency until the commissioners come out and say it's open for everybody. This shit ain't working. We need this league will start Monday. Trades will start today. Trades end Monday. I want my draft picks. Everybody wants their players. I want this stuff done. Let's be adults about this. Let's get this league going. MFC Revolution kicks off Monday. Comes Monday. You got 5 games to get your game. If you duck and dodge, I don't care. If you're on Facebook, talk, hey, he's ducking and dodging me. He's running. He's hiding. He's scared. I don't care. He's got till midnight of the home team. So if you're playing me, we have till midnight my time, Pacific time, to play that game. Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday I'll do my videos, watching football. The video will drop and the league will advance after that. I'd like to do shout outs. I would like to get people's phone numbers. I would like to put you on speaker. I would like to have that part in part of the game with the video, as far as like, whatever, this owner, talking to the owner about his running back. His running back's going for 2,000 yards. I get you on speakerphone. We get it on video, NFL Network News, and I'll have questions to ask you, and you got that moment to go ahead and throw out your death wishes and whatnot. I would like to do that. If somebody doesn't have a cell phone, probably Brogan, whatever, Murray living in his parents' basement probably doesn't have a cell phone. Borrow your parents' cell phone, okay? Ask your parents buy him some minutes or something like that. Totally fucking with you. All right, so let's get this started.
You got knocked the fuck out, man! Give me my goddamn money. The payback's a motherfucker, ain't it? Nigga. Pow. Pow.